The photo shows a girl, her face visible, who looks prepubescent with medium-length dark hair. Several Caucasian men are holding the girl's legs spread. Her V is visible and gashed, and there's blood coming out. I don't think... I don't even know if I can put this in the video.
With fucking blood coming out? What the fuck are these niggas into?
She was a year younger than me, so she may have been as young as 5 years old at the time. She was taken out of an...
Kill these niggas! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! What the fuck? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Brouu, and we back with another one. And on the chopping block today, Jeffrey Epstein disgusting ass. Now, we've been reacting to Jeffrey Epstein videos in the past. Shout out to my boy Cuff Boys, Cam from Cuff Boys. About to react to this video again. Make sure y'all like, comment what y'all think below, and subscribe for more.
Files. A lawyer representing a victim sent a formal letter laying out detailed allegations, claimed photograph evidence, and descriptions investigators were urged to verify. Two really bad documents that I found in the Epstein files. I cannot believe what I just read. It might be hard to even put this in the video. A lot of blurring and bleeping. Disclaimer now, this is a rough one. Here we go. Everything discussed comes from publicly available documents. All right, so this first one is an email to Audrey Strauss, a U.S. attorney, back in 2020. On behalf of Marsh Law Firm and Joanna Silberg, PhD, we write to provide information about one of our clients, redacted. There's an initial to. Woman who has reported that in redacted the year, she was used by individuals meeting the descriptions. Dr. Silberg's an internationally renowned expert in severe childhood SA and dissociation. Circumstances of Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. She also has information about other possible co-conspirators with them. The same co-conspirators that are obviously not arrested for any of this. The first full sentence redacted. Much of the essay and some of its documented in the images she has provided has been violent and sadistic. Redacted. She's articulate and recalls in detail certain events relating to her A in New York. Her statements appear to be corroborated by documents and photographs that she has provided. She traveled to New York with her parents and brother soon after she turned redacted. Her passport visa, which we have a copy of, confirms this. Her parents and brother went to Atlanta seeking treatment, leaving her with foster parents Mike and Sheila in Brooklyn. So her family dropped her off in Brooklyn to these two people, foster parents or whatever, I guess. Sounds like some shady shit. Wouldn't be surprised if this was another situation where the family is selling the victim off.
It's always the fucking family members that let these people get to them. Protect your fucking kids.
In a way. Does not think these are their real names. She believes that Sheila's real name is Barbara Levin or Levine. She reports that her foster parents essayed her and trafficked her, including at parties and at Fancy Rich House in New York City. There's evidence suggests that the Fancy Rich House was Epstein's New York City mansion and that Epstein and Maxwell groomed and essayed her at the house. She described the owner of the Fancy Rich House as someone with curvy hair on top and big fat eyebrows. She heard him called Jeffrey. She recalls massaging him with oil and being aided by him. He wore suits, but when he wanted to do sexual things, he wore a towel. She remembers a woman at this fancy house who seemed very important. She was tall, thin, with short, dark brown hair and brown eyes, wore suits and other sophisticated clothing, spoke with a British accent. The woman's name had an N sound in it and was something Lane. She reported that Ghislaine taught her and other girls like her and older than her to use oil to touch men like Jeffrey. Ghislaine took off Redacted's clothes and showed Redacted what to do by putting oil. Jesus. Ghislaine is such an evil piece of shit. Like, she doesn't deserve to be alive. I don't care.
And this motherfucking fun prison. Can you believe that shit? Ghislaine, disgusting motherfucking ass, was doing all this, and she got rewarded in camp. What they call that shit? Club Fed.
And the fact that it's even a possibility that she is requesting a pardon is sickening. Like, complete selfish piece of shit. Jeffrey's in the room when Lane showed what to do. Ghislaine said that to do whatever men told her to do after the rubbed oil. This happened many times with Jeffrey, other men too. She said the rich fancy house was located on 9th on 71st Street in Manhattan near the big park. Epstein's mansion was on 90 71st Street in Manhattan, just off Central Park. At least 6 stories, off-white in color with many bedrooms, a large arched door with a scary man on top and 2 smaller doors on either side with women on top. And that obviously matches what the building looks like. Gargoyles and shit. Large chandelier with a large adult doll on it and many photographs of important people that is consistent with media descriptions of the house furnishings. Around the house there were images that were like scribbles or abstract art, images of body parts such as photographs of female buttocks, pictures of important people in suits. According to Redacted, there were many girls in the Fancy Rich House with Jeffrey and Ghislaine, but most of them were older than Redacted. Reported the bigger girls were placed in certain rooms at the Fancy Rich House while younger girls such as Redacted were placed in other rooms. Sheila told Redacted that it cost more money to be with younger girls. Oh, sickening. More money to be with the younger girls. These people need to die. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys. She started opening up
Thanks, Cam. These people need to be publicly executed.
about all this to her new therapist, not Dr. Silberg yet. Redacted started receiving on her phone photographs of her and other frightening images. The therapist has confirmed that she told no one except Dr. Silberg about what was disclosed. Hold on. So she was getting threats of some kind, it sounds like, to her phone. It sounds like a therapist was leaking this shit, right? I mean, that's insane. About the same time, Redacted foster father Mike, who has continued to contact her over the years, called Redacted saying that if she disclosed the abuse to anyone, the horrible things that previously happened to her would continue. Redacted believes that Mike and others delivered the images to her as threats to keep her quiet and perhaps to cause her to hurt herself. Redacted provided the images, many of which depicted child to Dr. Silberg, who understood they were illegal to process and promptly turned them over to Redacted. Okay, so this doctor turned them over to probably law enforcement. How are these foster parents not arrested?
Shout out to the fucking doctor. This is the first doctor out this whole Epstein files drama actually report some shit. Shout out to you, doctor.
Explain to me how. There's got to be evidence of these text messages somewhere. They could have got a subpoena for text. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand how they're not arrested. 2 of the images sent to Dr. Silberg were reviewed and forwarded to Redacted, where a girl resembling Redacted being R-worded by an adult male on a turquoise couch. She believes this happened at the fancy rich house. Dr. Silberg has reported that one of the 2 images shows a window, perhaps with a dark mullion behind the adult male and a vista beyond the window of an off-white building and trees. Here he has cropped a non-explicit portion of the image showing the upper torso of the man, the couch, and the window.
You know what I think we should do with these motherfuckers? I think we should, everybody that hate pedophiles, and that's majority of the world, I think we should grab these motherfuckers by their balls, tie them around, put them to a big ass truck, like a monster truck, drag they motherfucking ass down the highway.
This is disturbing. So look, there's the trees and buildings, and there's the house that they think it is in the background. Wow. I didn't even read this full document yet. This is so bad. This vista appears to correspond to what might have been seen from the bedroom window on the high floor of the room, looking south over the back of the Frick Museum and another limestone building on the south side of the 71st Street between Madison and 5th Avenue. So what this explains to me is that the FBI got this video that is clear evidence of something happening in this New York property with her foster parents, with literally a video of what's going on, and nothing happened, especially to the foster parents. Here's a May 2009 Google Maps street level image of East 71st Street looking west. Epstein's mansion is on the right side of the photo, and the back of the Frick Museum and other limestone buildings on the left side. Law enforcement with access to the images may be able to sharpen the image and examine the metadata and compare them with known information to confirm whether the vista out the window and the photographs match the view from Epstein's mansion. They're also requesting to know if there's any scribbled abstract artwork or images with body parts or turquoise couch in the home. I mean, that's damning. If she's spot on about what's in this house, and this is in 2020 before all this was public, this is damning in general, but I mean, that's just the nail in the coffin. In order to compare the victim and the image on the turquoise couch with Redacted here is a family photograph. Photograph shows significant injury to her face and neck. Oh my God. Photograph of her from New York to Israel wearing headphones and leaning against looks like an airplane passenger seat. And this is a stock
Sick ass Israel
image of the airline she flew on with the exact same headphones. So they're just corroborating all the details of her literally flying on an exact airline, what it was like in 1994 with the headphones and everything. Document comparing her face when visible and the PI held by Redacted with pictures from her childhood helps substantiate that these pictures are her. More family photos. Photo which she believes was from Mike. Redacted has an additional image showing part of Mike's face, this time visibly participating in a Redacted. Together, those 2 partial images of Mike's face may help identify him. How do they not have this guy's identity? How is he not arrested? He's on camera.
Bro, they got his identity. These motherfuckers just covering it up. This is some sick ass shit, bro. This is what our government is fucking doing, bro.
Camera essaying a child. Someone explained to me how this girl was failed. That's what's happening here. She was failed. Last year, in addition to sending Redacted images, stated that Mike told her foster mother Sheila was going to come to Israel and would take Redacted to a nice family. She did not believe they would be nice at all. Jesus. So just like threatening her. So this girl's from Israel, I'm guessing. What the fuck? While media stories have stated that Epstein and Maxwell's victims were mostly teenagers, there's evidence that suggests that they also abused younger girls. Jean-Luc Brouu reportedly provided Epstein a birthday gift of 12-year-old triplets.
12-year-old fucking triplets, nigga.
Times 8 years old. Redacted images presumably could be shown to other Epstein Maxwell victims to see if they remember her. It is our understanding that at the Epstein New York mansion was referred to as redacted. Maxwell interviewed about her association with Mike and Sheila, as well as the memory of redacted. So lawyers saying they could even ask other victims to see if they recognize each other. You know what I mean? So disturbing.
Bro, he just flew by that, but that shit said 3 triplets of 12-year-olds and 2 8-year-olds. Nick Fuentes, Megan Kelly, they all downplayed this shit and said that he wasn't a fucking pedophile.
That's even a thing. But remember, the DOJ doesn't talk to victims, right? All these victims standing up in the room, raising their hand, paying Bondi didn't acknowledge their existence, and they've never spoken to her once. And they want to come forward, and they've all tried to come forward. Here's the really bad part. The photo shows a girl, her face visible, who looks prepubescent with medium-length dark hair. Several Caucasian men are holding the girl's legs spread. Her V is visible and gashed, and there's blood coming out. I don't think... I don't even know if I can put this in the video.
With fucking blood coming out, what the fuck are these niggas into? It wasn't enough that y'all are PDF files. Y'all have to violently traumatize these young girls, bro. These the people that's running the world, though.
Can, but just... In the photo's foreground, a man with a white shirt appears to be inserting hand something into her. A round imprinted symbol of some kind is visible on the girl's leg on the underside of her left thigh. In the photo right hand corner, there's an arm with a green visible shirt. An arm holds the girl's knee in the air. There's a profile of a man with long sideburns, a beard, and a small bald spot on his head. In the photo's background, on the left there appears to be unclothed top torso of a man with what appears to be black shirt and a blue shirt appears to the left of the girl's face. On the photo's lower left, there's a green structure which is hard to identify. The girl's mouth looks bloody and her tongue is extended. There's a bruise on her left eye and a red mark on the left side of her neck. Her left shin is bleeding and there are purplish bruises on her abdomen. The girl recalls the actions taking place in this image. Jesus, I need a second. They didn't identify these guys. They're on camera. In photos, at least one or two has to be identifiable. Like, how are these guys not in jail? I don't understand. Our system has failed. Maxwell could be interviewed about her association with Mike and Sheila. There appears to have been and continue to be a connection between some of the perpetrators and Ukraine, Russia. Redacted has provided 2 phone numbers she was instructed to call to connect her to traffickers, which have been confirmed to us by Deliver Fund, Mike Full of Love, to be located in Ukraine, a mobile number in Ukraine, landline in Ukraine. On September 3rd, 2019, one of the traffickers arranged through one of the Ukrainian numbers to see Redacted and did not show up. They received the following message. There it is. English translation for the above message is garbage. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We are waiting at the train. Come. Garbage. There's a number at the top that might be traceable. Redacted continued to be threatened with phone messages about what would happen to her if she disclosed this stuff. For example, August 2019, she received a message on her phone depicting a mutilated woman with a message in Hebrew. This is what will happen to you if you talk, so be quiet. The sending number on her phone was redacted. When Redacted thinks about what happened to her, Redacted, it's very hard for her to talk about the situation. Sometimes other parts of herself that appears little children can remember more, but she does remember the house, Jeffrey, Ghislaine, Mike, Sheila, some of the abuse and some of the names of the people in the house abused her. She does not watch the news and does not know about any of this from television or news shows. She did not look at it from her own mind and memory. We reached out to a U.S. attorney advising him of a Redacted connection to Epstein and seeking visa assistance for Redacted, who at the time considered coming to U.S. for medical treatment. Communicate with the FBI. At this point, we have more complete information to provide, including information specifically relevant to Ghislaine Maxwell during 1997. Jennifer Freeman. This girl was completely failed. I cannot believe what I just read in that one paragraph about the picture. All right, this one is insane. So this is a tip of a 68-year-old reporting being essayed in 2020. This document is on the website twice, so there's a duplicate, right? And they redacted different things in the different sets of documents. Look at this. All right, so here's the paragraph, right? Same paragraph. Different stuff is redacted in the paragraph in the different files. It's the same paragraph. Insane. And this is on 5 pages. It's like this. How did they do so bad at this? I'm going to read it, and I'll point out a few spots where they fucked up the redactions on some of the files. When I was 68 years old, living at Redacted in Surrey, UK, I was drugged at night and driven by my father. Redacted to ring party. The main house I was taken to was isolated behind Thorpe Green at the end of the private road. Hurst Farm Livery Staples is next door. In the drive of this house, I was hit by a dark blue car with a personalized license plate ending in Redacted, right? It's not.
Bro, how does this girl This young girl trusts another man in her life. Her father drugged her and brung her to be brutally abused. Fuck y'all.
Redact on here, DOY or D0Y. Driven by Prince Andrew, I was not taken to the hospital, but I suffered permanent injuries to my ribs, hip, and leg on my right side. The car's hood figurine broke off of my hand on impact, and I later buried it near my home, so it could still be recoverable as evidence. After I was hit by the car, I woke up to Prince Andrew, forcing his mouth on mine and pushing my legs apart. He R-worded me, and the house was also tortured with household tools and penetrated with a beer bottle. I have medical records of the resulting infection. I once ran away from the house naked and made it to the redacted community down the road. All right, so a lot to unpack there. They redacted everything Prince Andrew did right here. What's highlighted, they redacted about him R-wording her allegedly. But on the other document, it is not redacted. I mean, this is a complete and utter failure. I remember seeing and speaking to a man, so I think there may be Irish travelers living in the area who could corroborate what goes on there. I was also seeing another house that I later recognized as Frogmore Cottage when it's refurbished, was in the news in 2018. There I was restrained on a table and tortured with electrical shocks by Ghislaine Maxwell and surrounded by watching men. I remember seeing Prince Andrew's face, redacted. It's not redacted on this one. After being R-worded by another man there, I tried to sneak out. Why did they redact that on this one about her being R-worded by another man? This is so bad. Maxwell caught me and beat me with the bristle end of a broom. She penetrated my V with the handle. She also threatened me, saying I deserved to die, and hit me in the face with the broom, breaking my nose. I was only taken to the hospital for a broken nose after a rugby match, so that the injury could be blamed on that. Jesus. This is
Bro, this girl was 6 to 8 years old doing this shit. Having this shit done to her. What the fuck?
rough. Where did the crime incident occur? They state the address on this one, but on this one, it's redacted. During this time frame, I also went on a yearly vacation, redacted, with my family to Florida, staying at my grandfather's house in Vero Beach. Why is Florida and Vero Beach redacted? That's stupid. I remember on one occasion being driven by my father over an hour away to a mansion with a gated driveway and a large rectangular swimming pool. I was molested by a man that I later recognized as Epstein when he was in the news. He also attempted to R-word me, but he could not force his round and misshapen pee inside me. He took photos of her. So why are they redacting things that Epstein allegedly did to this girl right here? They redacted that whole sentence that I just read. Around 2012, I had not fully processed all these memories, but I reported my father to the police after seeing a text from Ghislaine Maxwell on his phone saying I have 2 children and being triggered by it. Okay, so this girl reported her dad to the police. How is he not arrested? Her dad literally trafficked her, his own child, to Epstein and Ghislaine. I feel like there could be hundreds of arrests in this case, maybe even thousands, if they weren't f***ing around. Like, what happened here? I believe it's possible my father had been involved in the ring, even then, because he made visits to several local schools and disabled children's home. Disabled children's home. The White Lodge Center. In the end, he was not arrested and the case was not investigated. As a result, he was able to destroy a lot of evidence, such as photographs. Releasing Ghislaine Maxwell on bail would lead the same outcome. So this is for Maxwell's bail at a certain point before her trial. I also remember another victim being redacted. She was a year younger than me, so she may have been as young as 5 years old at the time. She was taken out of an
Kill these niggas! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! What the fuck?
affluent primary school and sent to the worst school in the area where my mother worked. That's where I first recognized her, even though we supposedly never met. She was put in a class 2 years ahead and then went to the same secondary school as me. Redacted a year before I did. We never even spoken once. Redacted is the daughter of Redacted, my childhood friend. I remember some parties with me, and I remember one of us hiding behind a drape together. We discussed it, so I don't know what she remembers. I mean, just another file where it sounds like there could be people arrested and put in prison, but they're not for whatever reason. That's all I can take for today. I have more files. If you want,
Bro, this shit some sick ass shit, nigga. I mean, genuinely, bro, I don't know how the fuck to close this shit out. This was some shit, the sickest shit I damn near then watched on YouTube, bro. Young children, they try to make it seem like they was teenagers, young teenagers, even though that's wrong as fuck too. They should be brutally fucked over too for that. They did this shit to young girls, bro, and they out here. Now, if me and my friends was out here selling drugs, toting guns, they'll put us away for life. Conspiracy, RICO. These motherfuckers walk this earth free to grape, pillage any community. Fuck these guys, y'all. But that's it for today, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment what y'all think below, and subscribe for more. Peace.